coming to you from the Philippines. Today's subject, should I retire in the Philippines? Ha! Good question. You guys may want to stick around and hear what I got to say about this. And remember, this is only one man's opinion. So stick around. Got some things we're going to share with you. I'm going to rant and rave a little bit about retiring, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to hope that you guys will hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's go. Hit it. Boom. Okay, so as I said, guys, I was going to rant and rave a little bit about retiring here in the Philippines. First of all, let me just tell you flat out, before you decide to retire anywhere, make sure, especially if you're going to be leaving your country, make sure wherever it is that you're going to retire, you have to know what's going on in that country. What I mean by that is that you have to know the laws, you have to know the things that you can and cannot do before you go to that country, because for me, coming to the Philippines, I messed that all up. No research on my part whatsoever. All I saw was these nice beaches, these nice places to go and visit, all of these nice places to be on the beach, okay? And you have to think about that. Okay, so all of these things are going on in places like that. But is it something that's going to be happening with you every day? No. So let me just give you my experience here in the Philippines, okay? Two things. There's the province living, and there's the city living. Here in the Philippines, they have places like Manila, they have Cagayan, they have Butuan, they have Baguio, they have places like that. These are major city areas here in the Philippines. But when you're living in the province, it's a little bit different. And when I say different, what I mean is that the things that you can get in the big cities, I can assure you it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get in the provinces. I've had that experience. You guys know me, you guys that have followed me, you guys know that I do a lot of traveling all over the world. One of the things I can say for sure here in the Philippines I struggle with is getting things that I need on a regular. Things like exercise supplements. Can't get that on the regular here. You have to go to a major city to get those things, and Lord forbid you have to try and get on the internet to try and order that to have it. Yes, and those are live roosters that goes on here every day. But trying to order things online here, kind of difficult because you don't know really what you're going to get. In the U.S., I'm an American by the way, in the U.S., you know, we have things like Amazon that we can order from, and you know, it's pretty much guaranteed you'll get that product, whatever it is that you order. I've done some ordering here in the Philippines, and I'm in one of the provinces, by the way. I've done some ordering on a company called Lazada, I think is the company that I've tried. 3 times I've used them. The third time, not so good. The first 2 times, pretty lucky. I got almost everything that I ordered, but I didn't get it all. But when that happens, you really don't have any recall. You can't pick up the phone and say, hey, I didn't get my order. You can send them an email and hope that somebody's going to respond to you, but it's not always like that. One of the other things here, from where I am, like I said, I didn't do a lot of my research when I came to the Philippines, and I'm urging you guys, before you pack your bag, before you book your flights, before you do any of that, ask questions, find out about the government, find out about their laws, find out about things that you know, or that you have no idea what you can and cannot get out here. Things like I said, the supplements. I like to work out a lot, love to work out. But getting supplements here is like pulling teeth because I have to go to a big city to get them, okay? I live in the province. Very difficult to do. Cleaners. You know, I got 2 Italian suits here that I brought to do photo shoots with. Nowhere here in Surigao, where I am, that I can go and get those suits cleaned. I have to go to, again, a major city. And this is not a knock on the Philippines, it's just what it is. I mean, it is what it is. And you know, you may say, okay, well, I'm going to retire in the Philippines, but I'm going to retire in the city. Okay, that's well and good, and you know, that may work out for you. But there are even things in those cities that you still have to sometimes order from where you are, or from the country that you're from, in order to get those things, because the Philippines, you know, I hear a lot of people here griping about the food. They can't get a real steak, they can't get a real burger. You know, these are foods that are on the western side, and you're just not going to find that kind of food here in the Philippines. Now you can pay to have that kind of food imported, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, but again, I just want to rant and rave about, like I said, some of the things that I've had to deal with, things like the exercise supplements. One of the other things, phone calls. You know, you have Skype, you have Viber, you have Messenger, you have all of these sites that you can get on the phone and make a phone call with. But you have to keep in mind, if the person on the other end don't have those very same apps that you do, you can't make those free phone calls. It's things like that that I didn't think about. You know, free phone calling, foods, ham sandwiches. I'd love to go out to the city here and get a ham sandwich or a bacon and lettuce and tomato. Not going to happen here in the Philippines because it's just not something that they do. You got to realize that. Don't bring that to the Philippines, that attitude, thinking that you can just demand these things, because they're just going to look at you and laugh. The language here, yes, they do. There are people here that speak English. There's people here that speak, you know, probably several different types of languages. However, when you come here to the Philippines, you have to understand, you're a guest. You're coming to somebody else's country, so you need to learn, or somehow or another be able to learn how to communicate with them in their language. My first few weeks here, 3-4 weeks here, I thought I could just get everybody to speak English. Didn't happen that way, guys, and it won't happen that way. That's something you should really think about, because you know, you could get taken advantage of too, not knowing the language here and not knowing what they're saying and how they're saying it. One of the other things is what you hear in the background, the roosters. That's all day long, all day long. You know, I grew up as a kid thinking that the roosters only crowed early in the morning to wake you up. Well, here it's all day long. One of the other things here in the Philippines that you guys may or may not know of, they have what's called karaoke, and I believe there was a Filipino that actually invented that. But here in the Philippines, karaoke 24/7. Everybody here is a rock star. Okay, so get used to it. You can't sit there and try to tell somebody to shut up, because it's just not going to happen. Again, you are a guest here in this country. But when I'm talking about retiring, though, like I said, I just wanted to share this with you, real quick video with you guys, because I didn't take it upon myself to do my research before I came here to the Philippines. Now, I'm not retired here. However, I am here. I have a home here with my beautiful wife. She's Filipina. Love her to death. She's gorgeous. And I will say that some of the most beautiful women on the planet are right here in the Philippines. But with that being said, right now what we're planning to do, we're going to be splitting our time between here in the Philippines, because we have a home here, the U.S., we have a home there. And right now we're thinking about building or peaking at the Dominican Republic as far as a home goes. And of course, you know, maybe commuting back and forth between that and Switzerland. Switzerland is also one of my favorite places. But think about these things, guys. Think about other places that you haven't gone to. Yes, the beautiful beaches here, they're great. The islands here, they're great. There's 7,146 islands here. But being able to get to those islands, it's like pulling teeth. It's tooth and nail here, because there's only buses and ferries. You can't just get in your car and go. I mean, you have to book, plan, fly, do whatever to get to these type places like that, because it's all islands. And sometimes, especially right now during this pandemic thing, you just don't have access to that. So lockdown imminent. I mean, it goes on here every other week, from one week to the next. You just don't know what's going to happen. So let me throw this at you. Here's some places that I personally have been to that I'm going to suggest that you guys take a look at as far as your retirement goes, because again, the Philippines is nice. It's some of the most beautiful people you ever want to meet, but there's other places too. Italy, Capri Island, check that out. Anna Capri Island, been there, check it out. Greece, that's Mykonos, there's Ia, Santorini, check that out. Switzerland, flat out, all I need to do is say Switzerland. It's just a place that you want to visit someday. Go visit it, guys. As far as the Caribbean goes, I say any place like St. Martin, there's Belize. Belize has got some beautiful places there. And again, Belize is just like Belize, and I think the Dominican Republic are just like here in the Philippines, where the money ratio is almost, you know, just ridiculous. The Dominican Republic, I know, has the same peso as the Philippines here. However, the dollar is even stronger in the Dominican Republic. But it's great here too. But look at countries like Belize, look at Jamaica, look at Tulum, Mexico. Been there too. There's just so many other places. Morocco, Think about places like that. One of the other things I'm going to tell you guys about here in the Philippines, I'm going to let you go. Ants are king here. Ants, yes, those little things that crawl around all day. I don't care where you go, what you do, how you're doing it. You can always find ants. Be ready to deal with that. Be ready to put up with that. You know, you can drop a piece of food on the floor, and the next day or the next thing you know, you got a whole army of ants, you know, invading your privacy there. So again, this was just a quick video. I haven't been on in a while. I'm sorry. I want to give you guys a shout out for my new music video, Girl in the Morning. It's finished. We hope it'll be up here in the next 3-4 days. Again, that's going to be right here on this channel, Billy P. And you guys know, like I said, you guys know I travel pretty much as I can because I just love to travel. So, but anyway, stay tuned right here on this channel for my new music video. It's entitled Girl in the Morning. It was shot right here on location in the Philippines. And I hope you guys will stick around and come back. So don't forget to like and subscribe to that channel, okay? Talk to you guys soon. Peace.